Hi everyone, so our lesson for today is about the cell, the parts and the functions of the cell. So first, let me define what is cell. Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. It is defined as the smallest basic unit of life that is responsible for all of life's processes. It is the basic membrane-bound unit that contains the fundamental molecules of life and of which of all living things are composed. Cells also contain the body's hereditary material and can make copies of themselves. So there are two types of cells, the eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. First is eukaryotic cell. It defined as the cells that contain a membrane-bound nucleus and organelles. The eukaryotic cell has a nuclear membrane that surrounds the nucleus, in which the well-defined chromosomes, bodies containing the hereditary material, are located. There are also parts of eukaryotic cell. First one is nucleus. Nucleus is the information centre of the cell and is surrounded by a nuclear membrane in all eukaryotic. Nucleus is the most prominent organelle in a cell. Eukaryotic cells have a true nucleus, which means the cell's DNA is surrounded by a membrane. Therefore, the nucleus houses the cell's DNA and directs the synthesis of proteins and ribosomes. Next part is endoplasmic reticulum. All eukaryotic cells contain an ER. And also, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum or RER and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum or smooth ER. So rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is a series of connected flattened sacs, part of a continuous membrane organelle within the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells that plays a central role in the synthesis of proteins. And the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is a membranous organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. Its main functions are the synthesis of lipids, steroid hormones, the detoxification of harmful metabolic byproducts, and the storage and metabolism of calcium ions within the cell. Next parts of eukaryotic cell is Golgi Apparatus. It is an organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. An organelle in eukaryotic cells that stores and modifies proteins for specific functions and prepares them for transport to other parts of the cell. Golgi apparatus acts to process and package the macromolecules such as protein lipids that are synthesized by the cell. Next is microtubules. Microtubules are polymers of tubulin that form part of the cytoskeleton and provide structure and shape to eukaryotic cells. Microtubules involves in nucleic and cell division, organization of intracellular structure and intracellular transport, as well as ciliary and flagellar motility. Next part is centrosome. Centrosome are organelles which serve as the main microtubule organizing center for animal cell. Centrosome is a cellular structure involved in a process of cell division. Next is cell membrane. It is defined as it is found in all cells and separates the interior of the cell from the outside environment. It also consists of a lipid bilayer that is semi-permeable. Next is ribosome. It is a complex molecular machine found inside the living cells that produce proteins from amino acids during the process called protein synthesis or translation. Next part is lysosome. It is a membrane-bound cell organelle that contains digestive enzymes. Lysosomes are involved with various cell processes. It is responsible for the digestion for macromolecules, all cell parts, and microorganisms. Next is cytoplasm. It is a thick solution that fills each cell and is enclosed by the cell membrane. It is mainly composed of water, of salts, and also in proteins. Next is cilia. Cilia is an organelle found on eukaryotic cells in the shape of a slender protuberance that projects from the much larger cell body. Next is mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle found on eukaryotic cells in the shape of a slender protuberance that projects from the much larger cell body. And next is flagellum. Flagellum is a long rod-like structure that is surrounded by an extension of the cell membrane like a sheath. And next is microfilaments. Microfilaments are protein filaments in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells that form part of the cytoskeleton. And the next type of cell is prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell is a type of cell that does not have a true nucleus or membrane-bound organelles. Organisms within the domains bacteria and archaea are based on the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, these are the bacteria, and the lack internal membrane in prokaryotes distinguishes them from eukaryotes. Capsule helps prokaryotes cling to each other and to various surfaces in their environment, and also helps prevent the cell from drying out. So many prokaryotes have a sticky outermost layer called the capsule, which is usually made of the polysaccharides or sugar polymers. And all prokaryotic cells have a stiff cell wall located underneath the capsule. This is the cell wall. Cell wall is a protective layer that surrounds some cells and gives them the shape and the rigidity. So that would be all. Thank you and have a good day.